Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome back to my channel. Back with another video, and this video is going to be all about Pluto SDR. When I was looking for different tools, like someone has built, there are like very less tools which are available for ADALM-Pluto SDR. I guess like open source tools, which are like not very much of them are available. And if there are some tools available, they are probably not available for ADALM-Pluto SDR. There are a lot of different softwares which are available for HackRF, but there are only few tools which are available uh, for Pluto SDR, or at least they will support actually Pluto SDR. And one of the tool that is really cool and that is available on for Pluto SDR is actually a tool called SigDigger. So this tool is quite nice. I think I made a video with RTL SDR dongle. So this SigDigger tool, which is actually a digital analyzer, that is available for a different type of software-defined radio, and specifically when it comes to Pluto SDR. The thing that you need to know about Pluto SDR that it has default frequencies from 325 megahertz all the way up to 3.8 gigahertz, and it's a full duplex system, and it's quite handy. And it has a different support for analog devices, like I think MATLAB and other things like that. But you can also use it with GQRX and different tools. But this is cool when it comes to SigDigger. SigDigger is a very depth. If you want to carry out a deep analysis of any kind of a system, you can use SigDigger. It's a free open source tool. And you don't have to worry about downloading it because I am using Dragon OS Focal. In Dragon OS Focal, I'm using version 37. Uh, so this thing has like everything built into it. I mean, so you just need to just simply go ahead and just fire up the tool. You don't have to worry about downloading it, compiling it, and things like that. So once you have your Dragon OS Focal, you can just simply go ahead and use this tool, and you don't have to worry about it. So I found a very cool support of Pluto SDR on SigDigger, and just simply connect your device. Like in my case, it's already connected. Simply go here. You will see your device right here. Couple of things that you can do. You can change the sample rate. So in our case, the sample rate is 10 mega samples. You can go up to 20 mega samples. You can choose default frequency here. It will automatically select the device as well. So just simply click OK. And once you click OK, just hit play. Yeah, the sample rate of a profile default source is unusually big. Decimated down. Yes, let's decimate it down to 250 mega samples. And at the moment, right now, what you're looking at a signal at 2.45 gigahertz band, which is actually your 2.4 gigahertz uh, Wi-Fi band. The other type of tools, the analysis tools which we have available when it comes to SigDigger itself, you can do ASK, amplitude shift keying, frequency shift keying. You can look at the phase, and you can also look at the root mean square of your signal. But the thing is, when it comes to different type of signals, so for example, when it comes to ASK and FSK, ASK is generally for your like garage doors and for your key fobs. This is where the modulation is. But if you were to demodulate the signal that we're looking at right now at 2.4 gigahertz, uh, it won't work. Why it won't work? Because it uses a totally different modulation schemes, which is phase shifting, but a different flavor of phase shifting. Either it could be using QPSK or QAM or higher modulation scheme. It depends. So if you have like 802.11n or GN or AC, that is totally a different modulation scheme. So this signal analysis tools which are available here, none of them will work. So generally ASK for your key fobs and for your garage door openers and for your like wireless devices, like for example, if you have a ring, like a doorbell, wireless doorbell, that's supposed to operate at ASK. You will also have different support here for your amplitude modulation, FM modulation, LSB, USB, raw. But these, you won't be able to do these at ADALM-Pluto SDR with a current firmware. Why? Because you're starting off from 325 megahertz and then going all the way up to 3.8 gigahertz. So FM will not work. But you can definitely look at your root mean square value of this signal that you're looking at, which is actually going all the way from here to here, 250 megahertz of bandwidth. So once you do that, there are different tools also on the side here as well. So you're basically looking at a raw signal. Right now, you can change the sample rate of your audio. For example, if you're looking at when it comes to, let's say if you have your RTL SDR dongle connected, which goes down to a lower frequency band or HEC RF or any other thing. So these options will be available to you. You have a gain, which you can also select. So this is your actually variable gain. You can also do the bandwidth, and if you go down here more, you can do channel inspection. Then you have some waterfall values you can have in FFT. So I have chosen my FFT to be 16,000. You can choose your windowing function and things like that. So these are a couple of things which are available to you. But you can also record your signal as well. It will also record the signal, but it will not work. The current, when you buy ADALM-Pluto SDR, it won't work. Why? Because you have a frequency which is starting from 325 megahertz, so FM will not work. And if you were to carry out a signal analysis on this will also not work on 2.4 gigahertz. Why? Because you are restricted when it comes to modulation. But RMS will work. So as soon as, let's say, you want to look at RMS value, so you will get a totally different graph that will give you a dB value. And so if you were to scroll down here, you will see this. So while this is being populated or this is being arranged with respect to time and their signal strength, you will see this graph. So RMS plot will be plotted here based on whatever the signal is coming. And if you want to look at the radio spectrum, it is also showing up here. So you will get different tabs. So for example, let's say you want to look at PSK. You won't be able to see anything, but let's just try it. You will see another graph like this where you can do channel estimation, you can look at different channel properties, you can look at the parameter estimation, things like that. But these will be available right here. So the reason is, so these are the graphs. So just simply close this, and if you want to look at your RMS graph with respect to time, this is what the RMS values look like using Pluto SDR. All right. So if you just want to look at the spectrum, you can just go back to your spectrum. You can look at different spectrum. You can monitor a different spectrum. If you want to save them, you can also save this values as well. Let's say you want to look at some other frequency. Let's say somewhere around 935. So at 950 megahertz, you also have strong signals which are coming in as well. Somewhere have a negative 45 value, which is quite good. Let's say you want to look at somewhere around 1850 or 1875, I believe. Here we go. We have another signals which are coming in here as well, around 1850. You want to look at 21 megahertz, just before your Wi-Fi signal. So you also have some values here as well. So this is somewhere around 4G value, 3G signal. This is where it's operating at. So SigDigger is a good tool. It will let you analyze ASK, FSK, PSK, not different flavors of PSK, and then you can look at the RMS graph. It depends on your software-defined radio peripheral that you have connected, which either it could be ADALM-Pluto SDR, HEC RF, USRP, RTL, Blade RF, Lime SDR, and things like that. So this is another handy tool that you can use with your Pluto SDR. The reason I was making this video is to explain that there are only few tools which are available which are compatible with Pluto SDR, and this is one of them. So I hope you find this video to be helpful. If you have any questions, just leave it in a comment section. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching.